Hi, welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to explain one important topic in Kubernetes, that is ConfigMap and Secrets objects. Let me explain the concept first and then we will move further to the practical session. Okay. Actually, what are the config maps and secrets? Why we require them? For example, let me explain with an example. We have deployed a Spring Boot application with MySQL DB backend previous, right? So in that deployments, we have used the database URLs, database name, database username, passwords, and all these things as hard coded, right? In the direct deployment YAML files, we have used the hard coded manner, but that is not at all good best practice. In real time, we have to use in a separate objects by using these config maps and secrets. When coming to the config map is used to store the non-sensitive information like some configuration related information like database URLs and other information which is non-sensitive. It will be stored in a text file manner in etcd. So what is the main purpose of config maps is, suppose we have a development environment, testing environment and production environment. For each every environment, if you are doing hard coding for the every deployment, it is how difficult to manage the this configuration and non-sensitive information like URLs, all these things. For every environment, we need to maintain separate deployment, everything hard codedly, right? If you want to change any particular information across the deployments, it is difficult to change. We have to go and change in every file. To avoid that, we can use the config maps. We can store our non-sensitive information what we are using in our deployments. So we can store in config maps and then we can use them in our deployments as environment variables, or there are several ways to use like volumes. If you want to use as a file, we can use volumes, or inline arguments also we can use. Like that we will use the config maps. And when we are coming to the secrets, the secrets is a sensitive information which is stored in an encrypted manner in etcd. Both will be stored as a key value pair. All we know, everything in the Kubernetes is etcd will be stored as a key value pair. Okay, so secrets are going to store the sensitive information regarding our database or credentials, tokens, anything, tokens, or all secret, all sensitive information will be stored as encrypted manner in the secrets, and we will use them as environment variable across the deployments. These are the main purpose of config maps and secrets. Let me explain in detail. Yeah, here you can see this is the config map is stored in the key value pair in a text format. Here is the key 1 and value 1, key 2, value 2. Here we can directly use as pod, directly in the pod, key 1 equal to value 1, key 2 equal to value 2. Suppose if you are going to use volume, here it is the as environment variables we are going to use. Here we are going to use config map volumes. By the concept of volumes, we can use this config map to our deployments. Okay. And when coming to the why we need the config map, already I have explained, right? So across the deployments, across the environments, we can manage the data easily. Our configuration data, we can manage them in a easy manner. Okay, example is configuration values like API endpoints, external service URLs, application settings, like varying depending on the environment in which app is deployed. So here you can see there is a config manifest for deployment cluster is separate, and config manifest for production cluster is separate. Here, if you want to change anything for the deployment cluster, we can change here. So when we change in this config map, automatically it will be reflected in the deployment cluster. Suppose if we want to do any changes in the production cluster, we can make the changes in this file. Like this, we can segregate our environment and we can manage configuration data in an easy manner. So that is the main purpose of config maps. Coming to the secrets, already I said, right, this is the base 64 encoded format. Encryption is used regarding this, and the main key features is secure sensitive data such as passwords, API keys, certificates, all these things. And coming to this, how to use config maps and secrets in real time. This is the config maps. Already I explained non-sensitive information which is stored in a plain text, and secrets will be stored as a encrypted format in the etcd. Coming to the config maps, will be stored as environment variables, or mounted as a volumes, or in command line arguments. Already I explained all these things. So these usages may be very based on projects and requirements. Suppose coming to the environment variables are preferred method for most cloud network, most commonly used environment variables. And mounted volumes, if our sensitive information or configuration need to be get as a files in the format of files, we will go for volumes. And command line arguments scenario is very rare, and particular kind of scheduled jobs or processes. In that in that requirement only we will use the command line arguments type. So already we have deployed earlier one Spring Boot application Pet Clinic with MySQL database, right? The same project we'll take here, and we'll do the practice, and we'll try to use the config maps and secrets in this project for a better understanding. Okay, this is the config map YAML file for our project. In this, just we are storing this MySQL URL and database name. This is the key and this is the value. Key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2. Okay. So already remaining things already you will know. API version is v1, kind is config map, and all metadata, other information, all you know about. Okay. Coming to the secrets YAML file, in the same as above, this is API version v1 and kind is it is kind is secret, and here this is the type opaque, and here our MySQL data, user, password, these are the keys, and this is the value. Here it will use base 64 encryption for our MySQL user is Pet Clinic, right? So this Pet Clinic will be stored like this in our secret file. So this in the same manner our remaining also will be stored as a base 64 encrypted format in the secret file. We can generate the base 64 encrypted values by using this base 64 command in the Linux. Okay, coming to our SQL DB deployment, how we are going to use these config maps and secrets. So here our SQL DB deployment, all the things you know. I don't want to go into the details about all the deployment and replicas, all these things I have explained earlier projects. In the same project I am taking that, that is the purpose only to have the better idea. Here I am taking the image MySQL 8.4 and default port 3306. Coming to the environment variables, we are using config maps and secrets. This is the type environment variables types we are going to use in this project. So here previously what we do, directly we will define the MySQL user and user name as key value per type, but here we are going to create this name MySQL user and value from secret key ref. where we have stored our MySQL user details in secret ML, right? We have to get that information. For that purpose, we are going to use secret keyref. The name is DB Secrets. This is our secrets ML name. This is our secret name, right? DB Secrets. Here you can see this is the name, DB Secrets. So that is the reference to get the information from etcd from that particular secrets object what we have defined earlier. That is the reference. This should be same in the secret file and our deployment file. So that key is MySQL user. Here what we have defined, MySQL user. So then automatically it will get the value from that secret file. Like that we will define the MySQL password, same value from, it will get the value based on this key reference from this DB Secrets file. The key is MySQL password. Okay, like that we will define all the required environment variables for our project. So in this manner, and coming to the volumes, already I have explained in the earlier video. We are going to use the NFS volume here. So I am continuing the same. Here this is the persistent volume claim, MySQL PVC. Already I have defined and created this PVC earlier. So I'm going to use the same persistent volume here also. Is the mount path, default mount path for MySQL DB ///MySQL. Moving further to the pet clinic app deployment, this is the file. Here also same as above, we are going to use the environment variables from the secrets and config file. Here we are going to get the this config map information. See here. So here also in our pet clinic application we will use the MySQL URL, right? So for that purpose we are creating this environment variable MySQL URL value from the config map keyref. It is in the same manner as secrets, like in the earlier config secret keep ref. Now we are using config map keyref. This the name is this is the config map name what we have declared earlier. This is the name app config. So we have to use the same in our deployment ML, right? So app config. The key is MySQL URL. You can see here is the MySQL URL is the key. It will get the value, this value based on this key. Okay, got it? So that is the way we are going to use all the secrets and this map config information, that is non-sensitive information from the map config and secret objects. So we will declare like this all the necessary environment variables for our project. And here coming to the volumes, we are not using the persistent volumes for this pet clinic application because there is no such information should be persisted even after the parts get deleted or restarted. So for that purpose just I am using the empty directory regarding caching or any temporary data need to be stored in the application. So for that purpose I have declared empty directory volume only. I am using as temp /cache. Okay, these are the files for our config map and secrets testing. So let's go to the practical session. Here I have given complete summary information like what we are declaring and how we are using them in our deployments. So before going to the practical, just briefly explain this best practice in real-time projects. Why we need these separation of concerns. Keep configuring and sensitive information out of your container images. Store them in config maps and secrets. that is the purpose, basic purpose, right? Without doing hard coding of our environment, like secret information and configuration information in direct parts, we are creating config maps and secrets and environment specific configurations. As I said earlier, we can create config maps and secrets differently for environments like dev environment, testing, and production environment. Then we can easily manage the things. For the particular environment, we can make any changes if we want. So so that is the better way of handling environment specific configuration. And security, regularly rotate secrets and ensure the encrypted manner, that maintaining the security for our application. So we have to use this config map and secrets. And auditing, enable audit logs to track access to secrets and backup and recovery. All these are the best practices in real-time projects regarding config maps and secrets. Okay, let's get into the practical session. Already I have created these YAMLs, what I have explained earlier. I have created MySQL, PVC, PV. Already these two are already created, and so now I'm going to create MySQL deployment and PyClinic deployment. Before that, we'll create this app config and DB secrets objects. Okay, let me show you. kubectl get all. So we don't have any resource in our dev namespace. Let me create one by one. First of all, we'll create this app config and okay. Now I will create DB secret. So you can, so those information, this is the cluster, right? So now we are going to create the deployment of our MySQL first, and later we'll create this PyClinic deployment. Okay, kubectl apply -f MySQL deployment. So it is created. Let me check once. It is in container creating state. Once it is created and coming to the running state, we'll check and we'll create the PyClinic deployment. It's still in the container creation. Okay, let me check if any issue is there. We'll debug. kubectl logs something is, some issue is there. kubectl describe. Okay, that is not created, right? Let me debug this issue, and I will get back to you on what is the issue, and I will update you in a short while. Yes, I got the debugged issue. Actually, issue is I have created PV and PVC earlier, and I have restarted my NFS server. So due to that didn't find the IP address of the previous IP of the NFS server. So that is the issue. So that's why I'm going to delete all the PV and PVC first, and I will create once again, and after that we will do the deployment. Okay, so let me now kubectl get PV, PVC, and first no PVC is there, and PV. Yeah, we have two PVCs, right? Delete PV and MySQL PV and Pet Clinic PV. Let me delete both. Now we don't have any PV and PVCs. Okay. So now we don't have any PV and PVC. So let me clear this and kubectl get all. So nothing is there. I have deleted everything. We need to change this PV file vi MySQL PV. Sorry. MySQL PV dot. Okay. Here we need to change this IP address, right? Then only it will create the new one. Okay, that is the issue. In real time we don't get this kind of issues because we won't restart our servers, right? So for our testing purpose, yeah, okay, let me save this. And coming to PVC also we'll check once. Our system a little bit slow. Excuse me. So here we don't have any issue, right? Okay. And let me check MySQL deployment also. MySQL deployment. I don't think so. We don't use any NFS IP. Okay. Everything is clear now. And cat pet clinic deployment. Okay, let me check once everything is clear, then we'll move further. Okay, I think everything is clear. Now we'll create the PV and PVC. MySQL and PV dot ml. Okay, we'll create the PVC also same time. Okay, and is there any changes are required in our config file? Let me check once. Nothing is required, right? Oh, okay. Now we can directly create our MySQL deployment. Okay, we'll see what happens. kubectl get all. See, our MySQL server is in up and running state. So service, I think service is not there in this XAML. Let me check once. Okay, service is not created along with the deployment. We need to create the service for this. Okay, let me create the service also. Otherwise we don't able to access our application, right? MySQL SVC. We have to check what we have created. MySQL service. Okay. kubectl apply -f MySQL SVC. Okay, service also created. Let me do the same for pet clinic service also. svc.yaml. Yeah, here is okay. For pet clinic already we know we are going to use the node port type service because to access our application outside the cluster, right? So everything is perfect. So let me clear all once. kubectl get all. Now our deployment is running and pod has been created and running state, and our service has been created for SQLDB as cluster type. Because we don't want to access we don't want to expose our MySQLDB outside the cluster, that's why we are going to use the cluster IP as type. To maintain internal communication purpose, we are going to use cluster IP. So perfect, we'll create the kubectl apply -f pet clinic SVC first. So pet clinic service also created, then we will apply this deployment. So let me clear this once. kubectl get all. Okay, you can see our pet clinic application parts also created. Both are in running state. Actually we have desired for 2 replicas, right? That way 2 parts are created, and here we can able to see this service also created as the node port type is the node cluster IP. This is a node IP, and this is the node port 30007 we are going to use to access our application outside the cluster. Okay, and deployments both, everything is perfect, right? So let me access our application outside the cluster. We'll try with the node 1. Yeah, we are able to access our application. See, already we are getting the information. Previously I have created these 3 users information. These are available because of I have created NFS volumes. I have used NFS volumes. That's why this information has been persisted, even though I have deleted entire setup and I have created once again. This information has been persisted because of NFS volumes. Okay, what we have used for our MySQL database. So that is the usage of NFS volumes. And everything is working fine. We have successfully logged into our application, and we are accessing our application, means config and secrets are working perfect, right? So otherwise we can't able to access our application outside or anything. We can't able to access our application. We can edit, we can change like city, something. Everything is working fine. So you can able to see this is the city I have added. And if you want to add, you can add some new user like config map user, config map owner. Just for identification purpose, I am going to use the config map owner CFM, something, nothing. 5 6 7 ABCD 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 0. Okay, see our owner also has been created, and you can add any this Tommy like this, anything we can create. Is the dog. So we are successfully creating the user, owners and pets. So our application is working perfectly. Okay, secret, secret owner XYZ 1 2 3 something 1 2 3 5 6 7 8 9 0 4. Okay, XYZ 0 1 0 4 2 0 2 4. Okay, it's a bird. So that's the usage of config map and secrets, friends. So we can segregate our configuration information, and we can save our sensitive information using secrets without doing hard coding in our deployment or pods or containers information directly. Basically, we are going to use the environment variables, hard coding in environment variables in the containers section only, right? So by avoiding doing that, we can use these config maps and secrets to save our to maintain the that security and managing configuration across the environments. Okay, that is the video, friends. You can able to practice this based on this blog information. I'm going to publish. I am going to share this. I will put this link in my YouTube video description. You can use this link, and you can able to create you can able to do the practice with this help of this blog. I have created everything here, and like ML files also I have created. Now I will add some screenshots regarding this application accessing, and what are the changes we have done, right? I will update that blog, and I will share that blog link in my YouTube video description. Okay, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.